Hills High School.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the soccer stadium on the campus of Arizona State University. Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network. It's play-by-play coverage in the AIA 1A through 3A Girls Soccer State Championship. It is the championship final, and it features the Tempe Prep Knights and the Fountain Hills Falcons. And we are underway. 2 40-minute halves on tap for you here at the soccer stadium. And it's Fountain Hills on the run out first as the ball comes down the right side. It'll roll out of play, and we will get a throw-in as the ball goes out just shy of the corner marker there. And a throw-in for Tempe. It's played in and now back out by the Tempe Prep Knights. It's Fountain Hills actually on the throw-in. I beg your pardon there, as that's lobbed in there, and it's going to be stopped down low and knocked past the end line, and that will be a goal kick.
Goal kick, Tempe Prep Academy.
Lizzie Shell in goal today for Tempe Prep as the Knights will take the goal kick. And this will come out near midfield and played up there by the Knights. Ball goes into the center where Brianna Prince will take it. And the Tempe Prep striker will kick it down. And this will go past the end line, and we'll get a goal kick back the other way as Katie Woolridge, a freshman, is in goal today for Fountain Hills. Falcons have a defender that takes the kick actually there as the ball comes over to the near sideline, picked up along the side. Fountain Hills will kick it into the middle, or the center of the field anyway, and now out toward the midfield line. Played again by Tempe and over to the near side. Two players fight for it, or near it anyway, but it goes out of bounds. Fountain Hills will have the throw-in. Falcons send this one down the near side, knocked out again by Tempe Prep. And the Falcons moving up the field here as that throw-in goes down the right side, and that'll be swept out of play again as Rachel LeBeau knocked it away for the Knights. Laura Yalim with the throw-in for the Falcons, and the Knights get a touch here, and it comes over to the near side, and this will bounce out of play again. Just getting underway here, a little more than 2 minutes into the first half in the 1A through 3A Winter Girls Soccer State Championship. Tempe Prep comes in as the #1 seed out of the north. Fountain Hills the #3 seed out of the north region. Header all the way over on the far side, a long way to get across the far side of the field there, but Tempe Prep's got it. They'll bring it up the sideline, and the Knights with a little bit of speed as Olivia Kuby comes down, puts the ball into the middle of the field for Prince, and it's an offside. So the Knights close there and had a chance nearly on a little breakout going down the right side, but they sneak in behind the Fountain Hills defense, and we get the whistle on the offside. The ball put back into play now. That'll go out of bounds off Tempe. Mary Claire Hillebrand touched it last. Falcons will get the throw in, and they'll bring a defender up to take that as Jassy Lamar, a co-captain and a senior for Fountain Hills, will bring that ball in on the throw in. Ball goes off of Fountain Hills and past the end line, and we'll get a goal kick. The team's just getting settled in here as they each had semifinal wins on Thursday night. For Tempe Prep, a 1-0 win over Northwest Christian, and for Fountain Hills, a 4-0 shutout of the #2 seed Valley Christian. And that goal kick a little bit wide of the mark there as it goes out of bounds. Fountain Hills will have the throw in. Tapped a couple of times, and now a header. And now the Knights will bring it back out. Fountain Hills not able to get the first touch there. The Knights will kick it over to the near side, but Fountain Hills stops it. Good play there for Laura Britton. And Britton with the pass over to the right side. Falcons trying to bring it in. Now they'll chip it over to the right side. Stopped again by Tempe Prep as Stephanie Kelly shut down that little rush there. And ball put through the middle, and a chance here. Shot, and just wide of the left post. And the best chance of the early going here for Tempe Prep. Olivia Kuby came in and just missed wide of the left post.
High school.
Fountain Hills not messing around as they get the ball back down, and they're going to put it right back into play here. And now they're going to kick one down the field, and they've got some numbers down the right side. But, again, the Knights get back in a calm play there defensively for Stephanie Kelly as she is able to clear it. The throw in for the Falcons. Played down and now kicked back out. And a header sends that ball up as Fountain Hills had it momentarily. Now Tempe Prep with a kick over toward the middle of the field. Falcons slowed it down. Knights will start it up again, and they'll send the ball out to the right side as Ashley Gaylor goes after it. Gaylor coming up the right sideline now, a crossing ball that will be stopped by Fountain Hills. And the Falcons coming ahead. We get a push and a foul. And that will go against the Knights here. 6 minutes into the first half of play from the soccer stadium at Arizona State University. No score. Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network with you. As hope you enjoy our coverage here. We'll be here all day. We were here last night for a couple of state finals as well. The 4A Division II girls and boys soccer state finals. And all day today, 4 of them on tap, including this one. Ball down the right side here. And swing and a miss for Fountain Hills. And a kick with the left foot and a save made by Katie Woolridge. First shot on goal of the day. And Woolridge with a kick out just across the midfield line with a bounce. And now Fountain Hills will send it down the middle of the field. And this will bounce on, and it's grabbed by Lizzie Shell. Ball around the right side here for Fountain Hills. Falcons try to curl a ball on. A header deflects it back now, and it's picked up by Fountain Hills right on the near sideline. It'll bounce out, and it goes out off of the Falcons. Interesting there. Fountain Hills started to let that one go and ended up watching it go out of bounds, and it was last touched, though, by the Falcons. So throw in coming up, but first a couple of substitutions.
Into the match, number 11. Olivia Lape.
Olivia Lape comes in for Tempe Prep as Brianna Prince will leave.
Brianna Prince also in for Tempe Prep Academy.
And another sub as
number
this
10,
throw in comes in.
For
Cosentino comes in for Tempe Prep in place of Britton. And there's a ball ahead and run out here. Ellie Cobb coming ahead. And a sliding stop there, and no contact, or no whistle anyway. Plenty of contact. But in the referee's opinion, a good sliding tackle there. Fountain Hills not able to play it there as it goes out, and it's a throw in for the Knights. Ball rolled back, and it's picked up on the near side now. Kicked in toward the center of the field. Back out onto the near side again, and this will be played by the Knights. Rachel Stein with a curling ball at the top of the box. It's going to bounce, played on a touch there by the Falcons, but it comes back and a shot and a diving stop made by Katie Woolridge. 9 minutes into the first half of play. No score. And a kick down the left side. Going to be picked up over there by Cobb. And Cobb with a curling ball and a couple of players out there, but a header for Fountain Hills knocks that ball out of trouble. And then it's kicked past the inline by Maya Porras. And it'll be a corner kick. First one of the day belongs to Tempe Prep, and they'll kick from the far side. 9.5 minutes into the first half of play.
Corner kick, Tempe Prep Academy, taken by number 10, Angela Cosentino.
Angela Cosentino will take the kick. Put out along the near side post, and then a little kind of a half bicycle try there for Rachel Stein, and it goes wide and past the in-line, and a goal kick, but first a substitution for Fountain Hills.
Number 11, co-captain Andy Brookhauser.
Andy Brookhauser comes in as Maya Porras leaves, and the kick coming for Fountain Hills. Ball played down by the Knights, and they'll bring it over to the near side. Played along the line, rolled back, and now kicked down the left side. And then, boy, it looked like that may have been kicked out by Tempe, but the Knights will keep it, and they'll get it down into the corner, but can't track it down. Just out of the reach there, Laura Zank. And the Falcons have the goal kick and another substitution. So team substituting early and often here in this state championship match. 11 minutes into the first half and no score.
Mary Carrillo.
Ball over to the near side now, and right along the sideline. It's kicked by Cobb. Back out played by Zank, and then a left foot puts the ball back toward the center of the field. Fountain Hills will take it here, and now kick it all the way out to midfield. That's going to bounce and maybe playable here, and kicked out of trouble again by Tempe, as the defenders have done a decent job here in the early going. Stephanie Kelly clears another one out. And we will get a throw in along the near sideline as Fountain Hills will come up, and it'll be Quinn Deemer to take the throw in. Long throw in there, going to be stopped down at the end line, and that's kicked past the in line out of play, and now Fountain Hills will get their first corner kick as Andy Brookhauser comes in to take that kick. Ball curled on, and the header deflected just wide. And the header first deflects. It's redirected there by Fountain Hills, and then off of a Tempe Prep player. And so another corner kick.
Andy Brookhauser.
This one a little bit lower, didn't quite have the elevation there. Played down, and then a kick there, going to be blocked by Tempe. And the Knights will kick it out of trouble as they bring it back out to midfield. Fountain Hills going to kick it right back in. And the teams exchange some long kicks. Ball off to the right side. Slowed down again. Played on the near side and sent ahead by Tempe. The Knights will hustle to get over to the ball right along the sideline. But it's taken away by Fountain Hills. Boy, a little bit of contact there again, and we get a hold against Tempe, and Fountain Hills will get the free kick. Cobb was in that scrum along with Sam Husted for Fountain Hills and a couple of other players as Jassy Lamar, co-captain, comes up for the kick here. Lamar ready. Tempe with a trio of players on the wall, and that ball curled out to the top of the box. Again, not much elevation to get over that wall and over that first line of defenders. And it's played with the left foot by Stein. Fountain Hills has it back, and they'll drive the ball down toward the corner. A little foot race down there. And it goes just past the end line out of play, and it's a goal kick. Substitution again at the table, and so we'll get another one with under 26 to go now in the first half. No score here from the soccer stadium at Arizona State University. Great facility. We were very impressed with it last night, and quite nice. Good grandstand here.
Prince for number 21, Rachel Stein.
Prince comes back in as Stein leaves for Tempe Prep. And the ball right along the midfield line there, played by Tempe and kicked ahead. Knights try to redirect, and Fountain Hills will pick it back up. And the Falcons will try to get started here, but just as they do, the rush is slowed down as Alex Wright, and check that, it was Rachel LeBeau that played it over the far side. And then the Knights lose it as it goes out of bounds. 15 minutes into the first half. Tempe has had a shot on goal and a couple of pretty good scoring chances, including the shot, and then another one that missed just a little bit wide. Now a header as the ball is played down over on the far side. Rush slowed down again, but Tempe will start with it, and then there's Fountain Hills as they get the stop again. And now the Falcons will start up, and a ball down the left side of the field, and that'll be kicked away. Rachel LeBeau knocked that one out on the far side, and Fountain Hills will get the throw in, but it appeared like the Falcons might have a chance to come down the field there as they had Deemer, I think it was, going down the left side. Another kick going to go out of play as Fountain Hills works their way up the field. Daniela Serrano over for the throw-in. And it's hit first by Tempe Prep as it comes out to the middle of the field and kicked down the left side. A little foot race for it again, but it goes out of bounds, and it's a Fountain Hills throw-in. And again, we got substitutions over at the table. Ashley Gaylor will leave for the Knights.
Into the match, number 5, Laura Britton.
Laura Britton comes back on. Jesse Chandler out of the Fountain Hills lineup.
Fountain Hills High School into the match. Number 10, Emily Summers. For number 4, Jesse Chandler.
Emily Summers comes in for Fountain Hills. Throw in goes down the left side. Bumped ahead by Cobb, and that'll bounce on, and it's grabbed by Woolridge. Ball's going to go out on the near side. Fountain Hills has the throw in. Another ball out, and another Falcons throw in coming up here. Laura Yalim with the throw in there. We'll get a whistle and some contact. And it comes just outside the box, apparently. Pretty close, though. And the kick will be taken by Quinn Deemer. So just outside the top of the box there, and they're going to have to move that wall for Tempe back quite a ways here. They need to be 10 yards, and they're nowhere near, as the referee still trying to get them moved back. Still doesn't look like quite like 10 yards there, but maybe it's the angle we're at. And the kick misses way wide as Deemer was trying to shoot for the top corner of the goal.
Goal kick, Tempe Prep Academy.
So it's a goal kick for the Knights. 18.5 minutes into the first half. Fountain Hills with a header sends the ball to the near side. It'll be played by Tempe, and then it's out of bounds. Boy, that looked like that was kicked off of Fountain Hills there. But the Falcons get the throw in, and now Tempe Prep will get a touch. High ball there, played with a header. And then a whistle. And that comes from the AR over on the near side as he had the flag up and twirling there, and he gets the foul. Knights send it ahead. Fountain Hills took it away, but now Tempe Prep has a touch again, and now the Falcons steal it back. And that ball coming down the center of the field, but again, back there to get it. Wow, and then that shot is blocked. It wasn't swept away clean. There's a shot and a score. That was a long, curling shot for Fountain Hills. And the Falcons take the lead on a goal from Greta Vogel from outside the box. And it comes with 20:01 to go in the first half. It's Fountain Hills 1 and Tempe Prep nothing. Ball on the near side, rolled down toward the corner, but out of play. And a couple of substitutions now for the Knights. Fountain Hills 1-0, and really they had a couple of scoring chances there as that ball came free out of the top of the box. The keeper for Tempe Prep, Lizzie Shell, came out, got the first block on a kick from Jassy Lamar, and then as it came loose, a long curling shot for Greta Vogel.
For Tempe Prep, number 21, Rachel Stein. For number 1.
Ball down the near sideline will go out, and it'll be a Fountain Hills throw in. Ashley Gaylor in for Tempe, and Rachel Stein comes back as well. And now Fountain Hills with a sub at the scores table.
Into the match for Fountain Hills High School, number 4, Jessie Chandler. For number 10.
Jessie Chandler comes in as Summers is back out. Chandler had a chance at that ball there, and it bounced over her head. And the ball back across the midfield line, kicked up in the air and played to the middle. Stein's got it, and a long kick down the middle of the field will bounce a couple of times and roll on for Katie Wooldridge. Wooldridge will roll it out to the near side, and the ball taken away by Tempe as Cobb has it. She puts the ball back to the middle, and a little miscommunication there. Nobody home, but then coming in from the right side, chance there, and it's blocked by Jassy Lamar. $18 minutes to go, first half. Fountain Hills leading Tempe Prep 1-0. Comes back out, and a long shot there going to be stopped by Fountain Hills. Still loose on the far side. Gaylor going after it there, and it goes out off of Fountain Hills. Now Stein. Ball curls and now comes over to the near side, and a race for it there, and it's touched first by Tempe. They'll control, and a ball curled back to the middle, and now sent back out momentarily by Fountain Hills. And this will be kicked out across the midfield line, played right along the sideline, and then Fountain Hills had it, but nobody down there to get it, and it's picked up by the Knights right along the line here. A little battle for the ball, and now Stein sends it ahead. Cobb. Boy, Cobb collides there with Quinn Deemer for Fountain Hills. Ball at the top of the box there, and some contact. And it'll be Fountain Hills kick from just outside the box. 16:20 to go, first half. Falcons leading the Knights 1-0. And the free kick played over on the near side. Ball rolls along the sideline. And back to the middle of the field, a whistle and a trip, and boy, kind of a slow coming whistle there. Laura Zank whistled for the foul. Fountain Hills going to get another free kick as it will come from over here on the near sideline. Annie Brookhauser will take the kick. And that's going to bounce on and loose there, and then grabbed by Lizzie Shell. Ball played down the left side now for Tempe Prep. And that's going to be a whistle and a foul as Brookhauser takes out Olivia Lape. And the Knights will get a kick from just about the same spot here. At least from a distance standpoint, and kind of off toward this near sideline. And it'll be Laura Zank to kick. And that's going to be blocked and then kicked out to midfield by Fountain Hills. Ball off on the far side. Now Stein's got it. 14.5 minutes to go first half. 1-0 Fountain Hills on a goal in the 20th minute by Greta Vogel. Now throw in, taken away by Fountain Hills. And another whistle and contact right around the midfield line. And Fountain Hills will kick. Falcons get it set up over on the far side as Jassy Lamar will kick. Knights get the first touch. Ball coming over to the near side. Rolled back here as the Knights now send a long kick down the middle. Fountain Hills gets to it first, though. And Lamar with a kick up to the middle of the field, played there by Yalim, and then Fountain Hills keeps the possession here. Knights steal it away and kick it back across the midfield line. And it's Kubi going past a defender, puts the ball into the middle of the field, and it's an offside. No goal. Tempe Prep thinks they've got it, but it's an offside whistled against Olivia Lape. And so no goal with 12:37 to go. And Fountain Hills will get the kick. That flag went up instantly that time, not a delay like we sometimes see. The ball back to the left side here for Fountain Hills. Along the sideline, and it's stopped there. Played through to the middle, and a chance with the left foot, and that's going to be kicked wide to the left side as Kubi had a chance there and had a little bit of an angle on the defender, but kicked it wide as Fountain Hills will sub.
Into the match, number 2, Andrea Smith.
Andrea Smith in as Ellen Deemer comes out. Each team using the bench quite a bit here in the first half. Sometimes it's a strategy that they've got their first 11, but they go pretty deep. And then sometimes it's you want to keep your starters fresh so they can go a long way in the second half. And another substitution. Two coming out for Tempe Prep as Angela Cosentino and Olivia Lape will leave.
Number 20.
Stephanie Kelly coming back on.
For number 10, Angela Cosentino. Also in for the Knights, number 1.
And the other player that comes on is Brianna Prince. Now down the right side. Ball put back to the middle by Fountain Hills. Stop there, and the Knights kick it all the way back out to the center line. Stein had the ball poked at, taken away momentarily, but she's got it back, and she'll bring it on to the near side. That one is stopped by Fountain Hills, and now the Falcons start up. Just as they do, Tempe comes back and takes the ball away. And a long crossing pass goes all the way past the center. And now a chance here. Running in, a shot and a goal. And this one's not going to get disallowed. It's a goal for Tempe Prep. And it comes with 10:22 to play in the first half. It's Tempe Prep 1 and Fountain Hills 1.
That goal by
ball down the left side here for Fountain Hills. Tempe Prep will take it away. So Tempe Prep gets the game tying goal in the 30th minute. Olivia Kuby with the goal. And there's a long kick that will go just wide of the goal. And a goal kick here for Tempe Prep.
goal kick, Tempe Prep Academy.
Win this ball, Knights! Win this ball!
9:40 to go, first half. It comes out on the near side. Fountain Hills gets it back, and they try to send it into the box here, but it'll be played over near the end line by Lizzie Shell. Ball kicked out of play over on the far side. .8:45 to go, first half. 1-1 score in the 1A through 3A Girls Winter Soccer State Championship. Of course, the winter designation is required because there is also a fall soccer season for the 1A through 3A conferences. We had a chance to see that soccer back in the fall over at Paradise Valley High School as we called both of those state championships. That looked like maybe a handball there as it's played ahead and now sent over to the near side. It'll go out for a throw in for Fountain Hills. And each team's got a sub at the scores table this time. Daniela Serrano will throw it in for Fountain Hills once the substitutions are completed.
Into the match, number 23, Kayla Barnhart.
Kayla Barnhart comes in for Fountain Hills as Andrea Smith leaves.
And for the Knights,
And as Ellie Cobb checks out,
number 11, Olivia Lake.
Lape is back on.
Number 3, co-captain Ellie
Ball down the
Cobb.
right side. That's going to be kicked. And it sure looked like that was kicked off Tempe Prep player, but it goes past the in line and it's ruled a goal kick. .7:20 to go in the first half. Kick out to the middle of the field at the center line there, and Stein will send it over the right side. It's slowed down by Fountain Hills, but played ahead again as Kuby sends it down the right side. Ball back to the middle of the field. Couple of players there. It'll be played down, and a soft kick on is going to be stopped by Fountain Hills and sent back out. That one never got through to the keeper as Lape had the kick there, and now she's down the left side. Still going, and it's cleared away on the play by Daniela Serrano. Looked like that went out on the sideline, which would result in a throw-in, but instead it's going to be, and that's what Fountain Hills is saying, that should be a throw-in. Oh, and they're going to rule that that's a corner kick, and I don't think that it went out at the end line. I think it went out on the sideline. But it's kicked through, and a header hits the post. Fountain Hills able to get it out at least initially. Lape will shoot with the right foot, and that'll go wide to the right. But a header hits the post, and that keeps us at a 1-1 score with 5:45 to play in the first half. Lamar's kick. Played ahead now for Fountain Hills. They'll send it up to the midfield line. Into the middle, played over to the near side again. And a bounce. And now Stein's got it. Stopped, though, by Fountain Hills as Quinn Deemer sends it down the left side. It'll go out of play, and Tempe Prep will have the throw in. Well, a pair of 13s for the goals today as Greta Vogel got the first one in the 20th minute to give Fountain Hills a 1-0 lead. And then about 10 minutes later, Olivia Kuby responds with a goal for Tempe Prep. And it's a 1-1 score as we hit the latter stages of the first half. Another foul here, and Fountain Hills will kick. And it's Lamar again. Ball goes into the center of the field. Played not once, but now twice by Tempe Prep, and they'll send it out to the center line. Down for Stein as she goes around the right side, kicks with the right foot and drives that ball down toward the corner. And it's a foot race down there, and it'll be kicked a little deeper into the corner and then kicked out on the far side by Brookhauser. Stephanie Kelly with the throw in. Under 4 to go first half. Ball stopped there, and Fountain Hills will have it momentarily, and then a giveaway. Ball comes back to the middle and cleared out, and there's a whistle, and we get a handball against Tempe Prep. A whistle and a push there against Fountain Hills, and now Tempe will kick. 3:15 to play in the first half as Tempe Prep will kick in a 1-1 tie. And a long kick on, and a grab there by Katie Woldridge. Kick right on the mark. Would have practically split the post there, almost right down the middle, but right at Woldridge. Now over to the far side. It's stopped. Picked up again, and Stein's got it. She'll roll it over to the far side. Curled into the middle and all the way through the goal mouth. Nobody there for Tempe Prep to knock it in. And the ball comes back out, and kick with the left foot stopped. Another one sent through. Stein couldn't get to it. Now from the top, that'll be stopped by Fountain Hills. And another kick. That's blocked inadvertently there by Stein. Fountain Hills not able to clear it. And now it does come back out a ways here as Lape will send it back into the center with 2:10 to play first half. Header comes over to the near side along the sideline now and rolled back out. That kick just about got the referee there, but Tempe Prep keeps it going, and now Fountain Hills will have it, and they'll be able to clear a little space as it comes back out to midfield. Contact there, but the play continues. Now a left foot ball down the near side, going to be stopped again, and Fountain Hills will kick it. Inadvertently, it goes out of play there, but throw in for Laura Breton. Scorers table's got substitutions again, but the throw in will come down the sideline. Fountain Hills will stop it, and it's tapped ahead by Sam Husted. Back down to the near side, and a play here for Lape as she puts it into the middle of the field, and jumping out to get it is Woldridge. A minute to go in the half, and this kick comes back out to the near the midfield line. Fountain Hill sends it to head. Stopped again by Tempe Prep as Stephanie Kelly has had a couple of kicks here, and now this one rolls on. Ball over toward the far side. 40 seconds left, first half. Fountain Hills 1, Tempe Prep 1. And it's the Falcons with the ball down the side and a sliding stop as it's tapped out of play. And now we get substitutions for both sides. As Emily Summers is in, Jesse Chandler out for the Falcons. And the Knights bring Cosentino back in as Kelly leaves. 10 seconds to go as Cobb is back in and Ashley Gaylor is out. Tom's running down here, 3 seconds to go. And that will do it here as we hit the end of the first half. Exciting half, though, as each team had some scoring opportunities, and they each cash in for 1 goal apiece. And so at halftime, it's Fountain Hills 1 and Tempe Prep 1. And we're underway here in the second half of play as Fountain Hills will kick that ball out. Tempe Prep will throw in then. A 1-1 score as we start the second half. Ball comes over to the near side. On a whistle there, and that's going to be called a push and a foul against Fountain Hills. So the Knights will get a free kick from well outside the box here. And it's Zank on the kick. And that'll curl on, and an easy pick up there for Fountain Hills as Wooldridge has it, and the kick down the field going to come almost to the midfield line, but played again by Tempe Prep. And the Knights send it ahead, played down now, top of the box again, and cleared away by Fountain Hills as it comes back out to midfield. And that's going to be tapped ahead. Played a little more than a minute here into the second half. And it's a 1-1 score in the 1A through 3A Girls Winter Soccer State Championship. Stein sends it ahead, and a header going to bounce. And Wooldridge gets another one there. An easy hop to her. And then she'll kick it back out again. At the midfield line now, going to be slowed down by Fountain Hills as the Falcons kick it over to the near side. Porras had a touch there, but it's going to roll out on the near side, and the Knights will throw it in once again.
Attack, Knights, let's go!
Laura Britton will throw it in. Right on the sideline, Britton's got it again, and she'll send it all the way down in, but that's going to go past the end line, and that'll be a goal kick for the Falcons. 2 minutes have gone by now in the second half. 1-1 score.
Goal kick, Fountain Hills High School.
Now the top of the box again. Wooldridge going to get tested once more as she comes out to grab another one for the Falcons. A whistle and a push against Tempe Prep, and Fountain Hills will have the free kick this time. Ball stopped by Tempe, and now Stein ahead for the Knights, and she'll send it down, but just a little bit too long there trying to find Olivia Kuby, who got the first goal. Now Fountain Hills will send the ball down the left side, and it'll be cleared away by Tempe Prep as Hillebrand knocks it out. Stein rolls the ball on the near side. Good pass there, and then it's sent ahead. And it's Kuby, but it's kicked away by Fountain Hills as Brookhauser knocked it out. And not quite 4 minutes into the half, we get our first substitution.
Into the match, number 11, Olivia Late.
Late comes on for Tempe Prep. Prince is out. And a little race for the ball there, and it's kicked back to the middle by Fountain Hills. And the Falcons come ahead. Ball off to the far side, and Tempe will go after it there. Kelly's going to let it bounce out of bounds, and the Knights will throw it in. 5:15 into the second half, still 1-1. Fountain Hills goal in the 20th minute from Greta Vogel, and a Tempe Prep goal in the 30th minute from Olivia Kuby, our only scorer so far. And now the Falcons on the throw-in. They'll bring it in from just in front of their bench. And the toss ahead. First touch goes to the Knights, but the Falcons try to control it. They bring it over to the near side, and it's stopped again by Tempe as Gaylor stopped it. And now Stein with the ball down the right side. Going to be a race down there. Kuby will go after it, and it's off the foot of Andy Brookhauser, and it will be a corner kick. Corner kick coming up for Tempe Prep. And it's Laura Zank. Zank's corner kick comes out. Touch there first by, I guess Tempe gets the touch. It's past the inline and a goal kick.
Substitution for Tempe Prep Academy. Into the
Knights
match, number 10.
Sub again as Angela Cosentino is in, and Laura Britton is out of the lineup.
Fountain Hills High School.
And the Falcons have the goal kick as it comes ahead and is touched first by Tempe Prep. They're going to bring it over to the near side. A little bit of room there, and then they try to bring it back to the middle of the field, and it's stopped by Brookhauser. That one's going to roll on. Dangerous again as Fountain Hills is not able to clear the box. And now it will finally roll over to the far side and not able to stop it on the sideline there. As Ellie Cobb got to it and got the touch but couldn't keep it in play. 6.5 minutes into the first half, or the second half rather, and it's a 1-1 score. Falcons drop it a little deeper into the zone there, but they had some room and they try to clear it back out of play. Knights after it again over on the far side. Ball at the top of the box again, but a whistle and the foul called. Some of the Tempe fans asking for a handball. It was batted down after the whistle. And they're going to put it in play very quickly, and a shot on, and it's knocked away and down along the sideline as Woldridge got a piece it. And now the ball past the end line, so Woldridge with a nice save there to knock it away, and then it goes out off of Tempe Prep, and it's a goal kick. Fountain Hills 1, Tempe Prep 1 in the second half. 32.5 minutes to play. Fountain Hills with the long ball down the field. Bounces once there. Tapped again and over to the far side. Falcons will give chase as Houston goes after it. And it goes out of bounds off of Tempe Prep. So Fountain Hills finally to get down. They have not spent really any time in the Tempe Prep end here in the second half. And we'll see if this throw-in allows them to get settled in down here. Throw-in going to be controlled by Fountain Hills. They'll bring it back out. And then a kick down and a header stops the rush there for Tempe Prep. And the Knights lose it going down the left sideline. Quinn Deemer. Ball goes out of bounds. And a long kick here, just wide of the goal. No, I would think that Fountain Hills might want to start shooting from a little bit farther out, because what's happening is Tempe Prep's keeper Lizzie Shell coming out, and that has opened up some space in the goal. Shell, a senior keeper, and she knows what she's doing, and it's fitting in with the plans for Tempe Prep and how they want to play, but maybe some of the longer shots might be the key here for Fountain Hills. For Tempe Prep, they seem to be doing pretty well. So we got a push there and a foul against Fountain Hills. It'll be a kick for the Knights.
Attack, Knights, let's go, attack!
But Tempe Prep has spent a good part of this second half down near that Fountain Hills goal, and Woolridge has had to make a couple of saves. Long kick down. Fountain Hills gets the touch there. Still not able to control yet. And this will roll on, and Woolridge comes out again. Shorter kick this time. Knights play it, and it's Kubi just outside the box. Ball over to the side. And Fountain Hills will send it back out. Falcons bring it out again, and now it's kicked out across the midfield line. Oh, and a collision there. And a whistle. And it'll be a Tempe Prep kick. There's a deflection that rolls on, and Woolridge picks it up. Ball to the right side, and now it's kicked out of play. Throw in comes back in now for the Knights, and it's right along the side here as Fountain Hills will kick it back out of play. 28.5 minutes to go in the second half, a 1-1 score, and the Knights have another sub at the scorers table. Fountain Hills as well. I don't know if they're going to let the Falcons bring in their sub or not, as Lizzie make it to Brianna Prince is back in for Tempe Prep. So it looks like Fountain Hills will have to wait on their substitution. Ball outside the box, and a kick goes past the goal. And I guess Fountain Hills has taken their sub away from the scorers table. So we'll get a goal kick here for the Falcons. A 1-1 score with under 28 to go. Ball right along the sideline here, played back out. Oh, and a kick there. And it goes out off of Porras. I guess it didn't go out. Instead, they're going to call it maybe a handball there. And that one goes out. Fountain Hills again knocks that ball out on the near sideline, so a throw in for the Knights. Ball put back to the middle of the field, played down now. Trouble at the top of the box, and a shot just over the crossbar. But a chance there for Tempe Prep. They have been in front of that Fountain Hills goal for the better part of this second half. And another scoring chance. And as the Falcons bring that one back out off the goal kick, it's right along the sideline, and it goes out, and that'll be Knights throw-in. Ball goes past the end line, and another goal kick. For Tempe Prep, the #1 seed out of the North, they got a bye in the first round. In the quarterfinals, a win over the #3 seed out of the West, Yuma Catholic. That was a 6-0 shutout for the Knights. Ball on the near side. Fountain Hills able to swing it back out to midfield, and now a kick to the center of the field. Going to be slowed down, rolled over to the right side, and Jesse Chandler going to go after it here for Fountain Hills, but Tempe Prep stands them up and stops that rush. Not only do they stop it, but they come back in transition here. Ball over on the far side. Tempe then with a win over Northwest Christian in the semifinals. That was a 1-0 win on Thursday night. Ball off to the far side, and that'll go out of bounds and a throw in for Tempe Prep. For Fountain Hills, they actually had to play in the first round. They beat the #2 seed out of the East. That was Coolidge. As that ball comes to the middle, and now a chance here. Right out in front, a shot and a save as Woldridge comes out looking for an offside call. But Tempe Prep able to stay on side there, and then Woldridge comes up with the save of the second half. Actually, she's had a couple of them. She had to lay out on a shot earlier in this half, and now she stops this one on a point-blank shot. But Fountain Hills a 4-1 win over Coolidge in the first round. They beat the #1 seed out of the West, Estrella Foothills, on last Saturday afternoon. That was a 2-1 win. And then a win Thursday night over Valley Christian, 4-0. Ball in the middle of the field here as the Knights send it ahead. Lape had it there from Kuby. And now Fountain Hills gets it back, and a kick right down the middle of the field. They had a couple of forwards, but they were both wide as we get a long kick and a grab by Lizzie Shell. She has not had very much activity at all here in the second half. Fountain Hills hoping to change that, but Tempe Prep has found maybe the right game plan here in the second half as that ball's going to go along the sideline and go out, and Fountain Hills will throw it in. Jazzy Lamar on the throw-in for the Falcons. And a whistle and a push against Marie Claire Hillebrand. I think I said Marie, but Mary Claire Hillebrand, I beg your pardon there. 23:15 to go, second half. And the kick outside the box, and then a high one there, and it's going to bounce down. Shot with the left foot, ball still loose and kicked away. Kicked out of trouble there for Tempe by Rachel LeBeau. Now a long one back the other way, and some transition again for Tempe. Knights able to play it, and a bouncer on, and it's grabbed by Woldridge. Ball goes over to the far side. And Fountain Hills will kick that one up the near sideline, played by Tempe Prep, but out of bounds. Just over 22 minutes left here in the second half. We have been scoreless in this second half of play, and just a goal per team from the first half. Now the Knights try to go back to work. Ahead for Prince. Back out to the left side, right along the line. And then knocked away by Serrano.
Substitution for Tempe Prep Academy into the match, number 21, Rachel Stein. For number 1, Brianna Prince.
Stein returns as Prince leaves the Tempe Prep lineup. First of 4 state championship matches here today at the soccer stadium at Arizona State University. The 1A through 3A boys winter soccer state championship is next And then we'll have the 5A Division II girls and boys soccer matches a little bit later on. Ball cleared out by Fountain Hills over to the near side. It's grabbed there by the Falcons. And coming ahead with a kick, Alex Wright sends it forward. But it's slowed down, stopped there by the Knights. And off the deflection, it comes to the near side for Kuby. Ball kicked past the end line, and we'll get a corner kick. Angela Cosentino on the corner kick for Tempe Prep. Ball sent back out by Chandler and then kicked on. And not able to keep it in on the end line there. Good hustle as Ashley Gaylor got down there, but just a touch late.
Substitution for
A goal kick, but first Fountain Hills will sub as Andrea Smith comes in and Jesse Chandler is out of the Falcons lineup. Ball sent over toward the far side of the field, and Houston will go after it here for Fountain Hills, and the Falcons will get the throw in. Ball back to the middle here, and then it's kicked out. Now the Falcons. Stein took it away. And it's Kuby. She rolls it to Stein, who will try to drop it down in again. And Woldridge comes out a little bit to her left there to make that grab. Now some contact there, and the whistle goes against Fountain Hills. As Cosentino got pushed down the play. So free kick here for the Knights. Ball comes over to the right side now. And that one goes out. As Gaylor couldn't keep it in on the line. Another Fountain Hills goal kick. It is amazing how much time Tempe Prep has spent down in the McClintock end.
Fountain Hills High School into the match, number 23, Kayla Barnhart, for number 2, Andrea Smith.
Kayla Barnhart on for Fountain Hills. Knights take it away. Ball blocked, and then Tempe's going to kick it over to the near side. This is going to get out of play, and Fountain Hills will have a throw in. Tempe Prep winning the race to the ball a lot of times here in the second half, and that has helped for them to keep possession of the ball and to keep that pressure on. Ball down to the end line. The AR put a flag up, looked at the referee as that shot sneaks just wide to the left side. The AR had the flag up, spinning it around. He had a foul, but the head referee shook his head no and said, nope, not going to be a foul.
Substitution for Tempe Prep.
Another Tempe substitution. Stephanie Kelly back in as Cosentino leaves.
Angela Cosentino.
Another ball going to bounce on. Played down by Stein. She'll tap it over to the near side. And then a kick goes way wide off the foot of Ashley Gaylor.
Goal kick. Fountain Hills.
16 minutes to go, second half. Fountain Hills 1 and Tempe Prep 1. Stein with a header. Fountain Hills can't redirect as they got the touch, but it goes out of play. Hillebrand throws in. And then the kick ahead, going to be stopped by Fountain Hills, and the ball comes back out to midfield, and this kick will come back out of play. Now a substitution for Fountain Hills as Maya Porras will leave. Ellen Deemer, a freshman, comes on for Fountain Hills. Ball sent down. A header sends the ball back out to midfield, and then a kick goes over to the far side. Fountain Hills just having trouble controlling the ball in the offensive end. Ball across the midfield line and kicked there by Serrano. She'll send it down, but this one will bounce on harmlessly, and it's picked up by Shell. Kick down the left side. Serrano will go back again for Fountain Hills. This time she's able to get turned around and trying to kick it upfield, but not able to keep it on the field as it goes out of play. Ball cleared out at the top of the box again by Greta Vogel. She's got the lone goal for Fountain Hills. It was in the 20th minute. And Olivia Kuby has the score for Tempe Prep. That was in the 30th. Serrano again down on the end line, taken away, and a ball rolls on, and it's picked up there by Wooldridge. Kick down the field this time, and Fountain Hills going after it. They get a touch. It's to the middle of the field. And a deflection comes over to the near side. And it's cleared away, and a good play there by Hillebrand. Now ball down the right side for Fountain Hills. They'll curl it back to the middle. And Fountain Hills looking for the handball. They get the whistle, and that is the call here. So the Falcons will get set up here. Cassie Lamar will kick. 12:05 to go. And they got to move that wall back for Tempe Prep. And now they'll scoot it back here. Jazzy Lamar will shoot, or at least start the play here. And now Lamar will be called off, and it'll be Alex Wright. Right with the kick, and just over the crossbar, and a goal kick coming up for Tempe Prep. 11:30 to go in the second half, still 1-1.
Substitution for the Knights. Into the match, number 1, Brianna Prince for number 11.
Zank to take the goal kick. Stopped there by Vogel, but Tempe Prep keeps it alive here. And that ball sent down, and that'll go well past the end line.
Goal kick, Fountain Hills High School.
Falcons have the goal kick here. Sliding tackle there as the ball is to the center of the field. Kicked ahead by Fountain Hills, and now Tempe Prep will send it right back down. Serrano over on the far side. Goes out of play. Referee wants to look at one of the Tempe Prep players. Might have got that ball maybe in the nose there. I think it was Cobb that he was talking to over there. Another throw in for Fountain Hills. No whistle again, and a foul. And now they will stop the play here to check on the injured Fountain Hills player. 9:45 to go, second half. And it's 1-1. Fountain Hills will kick, and during the break, Laura Zank was issued a yellow card, so Zank is out of the Tempe Prep lineup. Fountain Hills to kick with 9:45 to play in the half. And the ball kicked on, stopped initially, a shot with the left foot blocked. And Tempe Prep will clear it out as they bring it back to midfield. Ball tapped ahead again, and now a little foot race coming up, but it'll be swept away by Rachel LeBeau. Throw in for Fountain Hills with 9:10 to go in the second half, a 1-1 score.
For Fountain Hills High School into the match, number 4, Jesse Chandler.
In the 4A2 game yesterday, we had a scoreless game till about this point of the second half. And it was that point that Flagstaff got the only goal and beat Seton 1-0. Off the throw in now, this will be kicked back out. Fountain Hills will keep the possession and throw it in again, but they're going to give up some ground on the field of play. And before the throw in comes, a whistle as we've got players again at the scorer's table.
Checking in for Fountain Hills, number 6, Sam Husted.
Husted comes back on for Fountain Hills. Ball over on the far side, picked up by Tempe Prep. And Fountain Hills gets another stop there. They'll send it ahead, and the ball comes over to the near side. Popped up in the air, off a deflection, it'll roll on, but another whistle and another foul. And we're going to get a card back the other way now, I believe, as the clock stops with 8:02 to go in the second half, and the yellow card going to be assessed to Greta Vogel. So Vogel's going to take the card here, I believe, and sure enough, she will. 8:02 to go, and it's a 1-1 score.
Into the match for Fountain Hills High School, number 15, Maya Torres. She's in for number 13, Greta Vogel.
Long kick down, picked up by Tempe Prep, and then Fountain Hills comes out. And they'll tap it away, and then a ball kicked down the left side. Alex Wright will go after it here for the Falcons. She's got it on the near side. Pass was deflected, and then a little swing and a miss there. Stein coming along the near sideline for the Knights. And a kick back to the middle of the field. Fountain Hills will slow it down. And tapped again by the Knights with 7:23 to go, second half. Team's looking for a go-ahead goal here. And that long kick going to be, I think, a little bit too long here as Shell comes out to make the grab. Chandler not able to play it there for Fountain Hills. It takes a couple of bounces, but the Falcons will keep it, or at least to have it momentarily. And now the kick goes out to the far side for the Knights. Ball rolls on here, and it's grabbed by Wooldridge. Ball rolled ahead, tapped out to the right side. Still going wide, a ball put through the middle, and Wooldridge comes up and makes the grab. And then as she continued up there, took the extra step, she got hit on the play. And now they do put the ball down, so there is a whistle for the foul. 6 minutes to go and the clock running here in the second half. Stein loses it out of play here. Fountain Hills again will throw it in. Another whistle, not much contact there, but a foul called against Hillebrand. Lamar will kick. Ball down the middle of the field and stopped there as Brookhauser knocked it away. Ball put into the middle again. Flagstaff, or Fountain Hills rather, just not able to put any sort of pressure on here in this second half. There's a ball over now, and this one rolled ahead. And it'll come over to the near side. And Tempe Prep going to try to keep it, and well, Fountain Hills not able to keep it on the sideline there. Substitutions before we get the throw in. 4:20 to go in the second half.
Number 11, Olivia Late. For number 20, Stephanie Kelly. Also in for the Knights, number 22.
Lape comes back on,
for number 10,
and Zank returns. Kelly and Cosentino out. Ball popped up in the air here and grabbed by Shell. Ball put to the middle of the field there, and that's going to be stopped by Fountain Hills, and a whistle and a handball. .3:15 to go, second half. Header deflected, and it goes down, and then it's kicked out of play, and it'll be a corner kick in the corner for the Knights. Under 3 to go now, second half. We have been scoreless in this second half of play from the soccer stadium at Arizona State University.
Academy, taken by number 22, Laura Zink.
A single Fountain Hills goal in the 20th minute, and a lone goal for Tempe Prep in the 30th minute. And that one comes out and kicked on, deflected, still loose out there. Another shot. That looked like a Whistle and a foul. Boy, I thought there might have been a handball somewhere in there. But, and there may have been. Maybe that's what the call was. But it will be a kick here for Fountain Hills. 2:15 to go in the second half.
Goal.
Now Fountain Hills puts that ball to the middle again.
In the regulation, 2 minutes.
Ball goes out on the far side. Tempe Prep not able to keep it in over on the far side, so a throw in for Fountain Hills.
For Fountain Hills High School into the match, number 13, Greta Vogel. For number 23, Kayla Barnhart.
.125 to go. Substitutions here will take some time off the clock. Header goes out. Fountain Hills will throw it in again. Ball played along the sideline, now back out again. Under a minute to go now in the second half in a 1-1 tie. Looks like overtime may be in our future here as Tempe Prep will kick it down the side. And the Falcons kick it out of bounds. Tempe Prep will have the throw in. The Knights with it. And sent out by Fountain Hills. 30 seconds to go. And a chance in the box. Ball popped up here and just past the goal. And a goal kick here for Fountain Hills. And then another kick on. 10 seconds to go here.
7, 6,
as Woldridge will kick it down the field, and we will hit the end of regulation, and we will go to overtime in the 1A through 3A girls soccer and Winter State Championship. At the end of regulation, it is Fountain Hills 1 and Tempe Prep 1. And we're set to go here in our first overtime of 10 minutes. Fountain Hills starts with the ball. And right down the left side, little header here. And it rolls out, and it's picked up by Lizzie Shell. Shell with the kick out. It'll be interesting to see here as we start this first overtime if the Falcons were able to make any sort of an adjustment as Serrano comes back to get it now. She'll kick it over to the near side. Play it in, though, and a long kick, and it is grabbed by Woldridge. But it'll, again, be interesting to see if Fountain Hills is able to change the momentum at all, if they made any adjustment to try to put some more pressure on and spend a little more time in the Tempe Prep end. Ball sent back into the middle. Out again. Fountain Hills had it momentarily, and now the kick goes back to the center of the field. Played down by Serrano, and a left foot kick goes over. Looked like a handball there, but the whistle goes against Tempe Prep. The kick here, going to be curled on, played down, and a bounce on, and Shell grabs it again. Already a better start here in this overtime for Fountain Hills than what they saw really in the second half. I guess the other way to look at it, though, for Fountain Hills is from a defensive standpoint, as we get a kick out here. Knight send it over to the near side. Played down by Cobb. She'll try to curl it back to the middle, and now at the top of the box and around to the right side, it's Gaylor. Back out, and a long kick will go up over everything, and it'll be a Fountain Hills goal kick. 7:35 to play in the first overtime. Fountain Hills 1 and Tempe Prep 1. Kick played to the middle of the field and now sent over to the far side for the Knights. Played down there as Boris had it. And then kick back out of ways. Tempe Prep will keep it though. And the Knights work down the right side, put it into the middle. And a kick there, and it'll go past the end line. And it'll be a corner kick as Kuby got knocked down on the play just as she was trying to spin around to release that shot. Kuby has the lone Tempe Prep goal, and Greta Vogel has the score for Fountain Hills. 6:45 to go in the first overtime. And that corner kick will go behind the net. Kick out on the near side, and this is popped up toward the center of the field. Header for Tempe, a couple of them there for the Knights, as Laura Britton was able to play it ahead. Now Stein. Falcons send that ball down the right side, and a header knocks it out of play. Lebeau stops the rush there. Falcons will throw it in, but first a substitution with 5:45 to go in the first overtime. Falcons 1 and the Knights 1.
Hills High School into the match, number 10, Emily Summers, for number 15.
Summers comes in as Porras leaves, and Yalim on the throw-in. Played down, and then a kick goes out of play from Laura Zank. Now Serrano on the throw-in. A little bit strong there, and it's going to bounce on, and it'll be picked up by Shell. Ball controlled there, and referee says play on as the Knights will bring it ahead, and they've got it in the offensive zone, not very deep yet. And they'll try to bring that ball ahead, and Fountain Hills will stop it as they bring it over to the near side, hustling to get it, but it rolls out, and it'll be a throw-in for the Knights. And it goes here, Cobb. And then along the line, it goes out off of Fountain Hills. Ball put through. Stein there at the corner. Now Fountain Hills on the takeaway, and the Falcons have a little bit of room. They get a chance to dribble that ball up the sideline, and then it's blasted out of play by Zank. Ball on the sideline here, and quite a collision. 4 players get wrapped up there. And then a kick down the field, a header to bounce it forward, but Shell has it again. 3:35 to go in the first overtime. Fountain Hills and Tempe Prep tied at 1 for the 1A, 3A Girls Winter Soccer State Championship. Ball to the near side here, and it'll be Cobb. She rolls it ahead. A spin out at the top of the box here. And then Stein trying to redirect it there, couldn't get to it. Down in the corner, Cobb. And then it's blocked by Fountain Hills, and it goes out for a throw-in.
Checking in for
Knights will
Prep Academy, number
sub
1,
here.
Brianna Prince. For number 21, Rachel Stein.
Britton will throw in from the near sideline. And it comes back out here, Fountain Hills, and they overrun a little bit. I don't know why they're not trying to advance the ball there. Comes out to the left side, stopped again. Out now. And then a long hit there, and a header, and in it goes! And the goal scored by Tempe Prep, and they get the goal in the first overtime with 2:10 to play in the first overtime. It's Tempe 2 and Fountain Hills 1.
Olivia Kuby in the 8th minute of our first overtime period.
Kuby with her second goal as they make the announcement there.
Fountain Hills.
And now Fountain Hills with a spinning kick on, and it's picked up by Shell. Ball over to the near side here, and Fountain Hills really going to have to turn up their pressure here, and Tempe Prep can kind of change things up and go to a little bit more of a defensive posture, and we'll see if that's what they do here as the ball goes past the sideline and out. Play down on the near side, and this one will go out of play. Fountain Hills throw in with a minute to go in the first overtime. Quinn Deemer comes on for the throw in for the Falcons. Ball deflected out in front, and Tempe now able to kick it back out at least to the top of the box here, and now they will advance the ball further as it comes to the near sideline, and a foul against Fountain Hills, and a free kick coming up for Tempe Prep. 2-1, Knights with the lead, 20 seconds to go in the first overtime. Zank will kick with 10 seconds left in the first overtime, so we will head to our second overtime, and the Tempe Prep Knights will be 10 minutes away from the win as we hit the end of the first overtime. After the first overtime, it's Tempe Prep 2 and Fountain Hills 1.
Let's go to our second 10-minute overtime period. Tempe Prep Academy 2.
Tempe Prep will have the ball as we get started in the second overtime. 10 minutes of soccer action left here in the 1A through 3A girls soccer championship match. Ball kicked out of play over on the far side. Britton on the throw in. And played back again. Kick comes to the near side this time. Lions will roll it back. And then a kick down the field there is going to bounce through. Played down a couple of times here by Tempe as they give some ground but get in a position to be able to make the play, and then it's over on the far side and it goes out, so Fountain Hills will get a throw in the offensive end here with a minute gone by in the second overtime. 2-1, Tempe Prep with the lead. Toronto over on the far side, slides but can't keep the ball in, and it's a throw in. But first,
substitution
a
for
Tempe substitution.
Into the contest, number 11, Olivia Lake. For number 1, Brianna Prince.
Olivia Lape returns to the Knights lineup as Prince is out. Ball kicked ahead and back out. And a mishandled ball there. And a shot will go up over the crossbar. A goal kick for Fountain Hills as the Falcons will substitute. 2 minutes have gone by in the second overtime. It's a 2-1 lead for Tempe Prep.
Check that. Number 15, Maya Porras for number 23, Kayla Barnhart. Yes.
Ball over on the far side and coming down the left side now. Tempe Prep with the ball, looking to center a pass. They do, but Fountain Hills there to kick it back out. Thing about it here is Tempe content to just keep some pressure on as Stein will kick with the left foot and it rolls on. Woldridge will pick it up, but Fountain Hills is going to have to do better than that, not just stop the offense, but they are going to also have to try to figure out a way to get down and get a score of their own. As the kick is played over on the far side there by LeBeau, and that goes out and off of Fountain Hills. But Tempe Prep now with 7 minutes left in the second overtime and a 2-1 lead.
We'd like to ask all spectators and fans to please remain off Sun Devil Soccer Stadium field at the conclusion
ball
of this
past the
overtime
end
period.
line for a
Any periods to follow. Again, we
goal
thank you
kick.
for your cooperation.
Fountain Hills will get set up here for the kick with 6.5 minutes to play in the second overtime.
Substitution for Tempe Prep.
And Tempe Prep will bring in another sub. Marissa Flogel is in as Rachel Stein checks out. Ball sent over. Back out again it goes, and now the Falcons on the near side try to tap it ahead. Stopped by the Knights. And it rolls back in, top of the box. And a shot with the left foot and a score! And that is going to do it here as Tempe Prep gets the goal. And I think it's Ellie Cobb who scores. It comes in the second overtime with 5:46 to go. In overtime number 2, it's now Tempe Prep 3 and Fountain Hills 1.
Academy 3, Fountain Hills High School 1.
Long kick here for Fountain Hills, going to go a little bit wide, and it'll be a goal kick for Tempe Prep. 5.5 minutes to go in the second overtime.
Goal kick, Tempe Prep Academy.
Kick down the left side for Fountain Hills, but that's going to go out of play with 5:05 to go in our second overtime. A 3-1 lead for Tempe Prep. Hildebrand will throw it in. Ball on the near side now, right on the sideline, and that's stopped by Fountain Hills, and it goes out of bounds. Knights with a throw ahead. Falcons going after it, and it's kicked over to the far side. As Lamar played it over that way, Knights will kick it back into the middle of the field again. Around the right side, Falcons after it again. Kick up along the near side, and it's poked out with under 4 to go now. in the second overtime. Picked up and now kicked down the field. And another one bounces on, 2 hops there, and Waldridge gets it. Falcons bring it along the near side. Just kept in down the line there, and a nice play. And then it does go out, and a throw in for Fountain Hills. 3:15 to go in overtime number 2. Falcons able to redirect it to the middle of the field here. They'll roll it ahead. Now down the right side. And a whistle. Actually, no whistle, but the ball goes past the end line and out. And it'll be a corner kick for Fountain Hills. Falcons will take the kick, and I would think they would have a little bit more urgency here as Brookhauser will come on to take it. I would think they'd want to get this kick away very quickly with down to 2 minutes and 35 seconds to play in the second overtime. Brookhauser with the kick, and a header redirects over to the near side, played out by the Knights, and they'll get it out of trouble at least for now. Falcons still with it, and a curling ball on, and that'll bounce on to Lizzie Shell. Shell's kick will come over toward the near sideline. Stopped by Lamar.
2 minutes left in the second overtime
Aaron
period.
Deemer with it, and then it's rolled over to the far side where Yalim will go after it for the Falcons. Ball goes out, and substitutions here with a minute 45 to go. It's a 3-1 score.
Number 2, Ashley Gaylor. For number 3, co-captain Ellie Cobb. Also into the match, number 15, Paige Prokop. For number 17 of the Knights, Marissa Fogel.
Ball down the left side. Put back in here, and then this will be swept away by Lamar. Time running down here with a minute 15 to go in the second overtime. Kick over on the far side, picked up by Yalim, and then Gaylor is there. She'll curl a ball on, but it's played at the top of the box, and the Falcons send it out to midfield. Stopped again as Zank gets a touch. 48 seconds left in the second overtime. 3-1 Knights with the lead over the Falcons. Ball rolled ahead. Knights coming up again with some speed. And then a whistle and a push as Cosentino gets knocked down. Foul against Fountain Hills, and we'll get a free kick. 20 seconds to go. Knights may try to get this set up quickly to see if they can get one more shot away, as Zank will come out to kick it. And the shot goes up over the net. And we're down to 5 seconds to go. Time is going to run out, and the 1A through 3A girls soccer winter state championship concludes in double overtime. It is Tempe Prep 3 and Fountain Hills 1. So the Knights take the state championship in the girls 1A through 3A.
By a score of 3-1 in overtime.
Great match is indicated by the fact we go to overtime. 1-1 score after regulation, and then goals in the first overtime and then a second overtime. So Greta Vogel gets the first goal for Fountain Hills, gave them a 1-0 lead. And then for Tempe Prep, Olivia Kuby tied it in the 30th minute. Got the go-ahead goal in the first overtime, the 88th minute. And then Ellie Cobb put it away with a goal in the 95th minute in the second overtime. And it gives Tempe Prep a 3-1 win over the Fountain Hills Falcons. That will conclude then the audio portion of our broadcast. We will be back with you to bring you the trophy presentations, and that'll be the video only and then the PA that we can pick up from across the field. So we'll wrap up our audio portion then of the coverage and remind you again our final score in overtime. It's Tempe Prep 3 and Fountain Hills 1. Congratulations to Fountain Hills, the runners-up, and to the Tempe Prep Knights. They are the 2008 AIA 1A through 3A Girls Winter Soccer State Champions. Stay with us for the video coverage. And this is Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network saying so long from Sun Devil Soccer Stadium at Arizona State University in Tempe.
Through 3A Girls Soccer State Championship runner-up trophy presented by Mr. Bob Kozauer, Executive Board President of the Arizona Interscholastic Association, in cooperation with Farmers Insurance, provides this runner-up trophy to the Fountain Hills High Falcons. Congratulations. Executive Board President of the AIA, again in cooperation with Farmers Insurance, will present the Class 1 through 3A Girls Soccer State Championship Trophy to the 2008 State Champions, the Tempe Prep Academy Knights.